Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Investment. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about one of my highest conviction stock plays, which is Palantir. That's ticker symbol PLTR. Super hyped about this company and this stock. Lately, it's been getting a lot of love, but also it's not actually reflecting in the share price. I know a lot of people thought this would be at least at 30 by now, but you know what? This catalyst that I'm about to share today, I think is flying above a lot of people's heads, and I think in addition to their upcoming demo day, which is on the 14th, I believe, I think we can see a lot of short-term action and make a lot of us investors in Palantir pretty happy. So, let's get right into this one. So Palantir Technology. So for those of you who don't know who Palantir is and what they do, this is their bio. I'm not going to read it. I kind of want to give a simple explanation, just because I feel like if you're investing in a company, I think you should be able to have a fundamental understanding of what they do and not just some Google definition, right? So simply explained, they solve some of the world's most important problems through modeling, programming, and data analysis. So let's give you a real example, right? So let's say a large bank comes to Palantir with this problem. They want to prevent foreclosures on mortgages. So the solution would be they would model the real estate market, get as much data as it could from the bank about the mortgage they had, and then recommend for any given loan what the bank should do to avoid foreclosure of that property. This might look like how to modify the loan or exactly what price they should accept for a short sale. So, what Palantir is basically going to be doing is using big data from not only the companies that they're working with, but their whole system in order to give solution-oriented procedures and steps of what they should do to solve that problem. So they're very forward-thinking, they're very solution-oriented. And then in comparison, so many of the software firms are set up around offering a particular software, product, or service. But with Palantir, Palantir is set up to be a sort of a consulting firm, that develops software to solve the problems that the clients have. And that's just like the very simplistic way of thinking about Palantir. But just by taking a look here at some of the new customers, this also just shows like how continuously people believe in Palantir and how fast they're scaling. And it's just a matter of time of, not if, but when, right? So let's take a look here. So, they just recently, this is a huge one with if you don't know what AWS is, that's basically Amazon's Amazon system. And then they have a 3M expand relationship to build dynamic supply chain. And remember that right there, dynamic supply chain. That's going to be a key phrase that we want to consider a little bit later. But yeah, I'm not going to go over all of these. I just wanted to have it here real quick so y'all can see just how consistently they're bagging these partnerships and deals. And then, so here it is, the big one. So Biden's infrastructure plan. Let's get right into this one because it's going to be pretty interesting. But taking a look at Biden's infrastructure plan, there's a key section here. So talking about retooling and revitalizing American manufacturers and small businesses. So he essentially is calling on Congress to invest $300 billion in order to take a look.
Help me!
Look at this first bullet point. This is the one we're going to be focusing on. Strengthen manufacturing supply chains for critical goods. What exactly does that mean, right? So he's calling on Congress to invest $50 billion to create a new office at the Department of Commerce dedicated to monitoring domestic industrial capacity. That's important, remember that. And funding investments to support production of critical goods. Funding investments. Okay, what is interesting? What does that really mean? That might just fly over some people's heads, but essentially, let's take a look at Palantir now. How does this relate to Palantir, right? All right, so we're here on Palantir's website in their manufacturing section. So this is what they say in their bio for the manufacturing section. The most critical challenges facing manufacturers throughout the value chain are fundamentally data challenges. So lack of data, lack of streamlined big data, supply chain, procurement, quality control, efficiency, rapid troubleshooting, and demand forecasting depend on an accurate and up-to-date data landscape. Okay, talk your ish, Palantir. Let's see what else. Manufacturers with complex global operations have equally complex data landscapes that represent thousands of production lines, transportation routes, and international markets. Amazon. Valuable data such as upstream supplier data or data about performance and reliability after purchase is often beyond a manufacturer's control. Unless you use Palantir, is basically what they're saying.
Oh, say less.
So just piecing this together, who is Palantir's biggest partner so far? Who are some of their biggest clients? The government. And now with Biden's rollout plan for the infrastructure with, what was it, 50 billion? I wonder who they're going to invest in, and I wonder who's going to be profiting from that. You know, just something to think about, right? So let's go ahead and jump back to the DD sheet. And then I just want to highlight some of the purchases. So who's been buying Palantir, right? Like, is anyone who's been buying these dips? We all know Kathy has been, but let's take a look. So Vanguard picked up about 20.2 million Palantir shares. ARK already owns over 15.5 million and still growing. And then HSBC Holdings and BlackRock. So some of the big dogs have been picking up. And what I like to do is I like to study what these big dogs do, what the big money does, because when they buy, we should be buying. When they sell, we should be selling, because they always have one foot ahead of us. But yeah, man. So thinking about what's to come next, the catalyst coming up. So demo day. So they have this virtual series called Double Click, which is on the 14th. And I think leading up to the 14th, I think we can see some good movement with the Palantir share price. Let's take a look here. So I really like the design of their website, man. They got some aesthetic stuff going on. But so if you ever want to like look at some of their upcoming catalysts, they have a really dope investors page where they also show like upcoming events, different filings and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly go over this real quick and put it on people's radars. Let me know what y'all think. Palantir is actually so close to being my biggest holding right now, right next to Tesla. But if we see any pullbacks this week, then I think it just might take over that number one spot, because I don't know how many more times I could buy Palantir dip. But people are gonna catch on. People are gonna catch the wave. Hopefully y'all don't catch it when it's too late, right? So thank y'all for watching, and see you in the next one.
I don't know. What are you thinking,
Kevin? You give me one shot here on a blue chip stock like Kodak. And believe me, Kevin, the only problem you're gonna have is that you didn't buy more. Sound fair enough?
Shit, my wife might divorce me, but yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah.